Hello everyone, my name is Femina from Cyber Sapiens. So far, we have learned all about what is hacking, ethical hacking, types of hackers, cyber security, and what are cyber attacks, and many more things. In this video, we will be learning 5 phases of ethical hacking. Before learning about 5 phases, let's recall from previous video what is ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is nothing but a method or a process of finding loopholes or weaknesses in the system. It is the part of VAPT, that is vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. The purpose of ethical hacking is to improve the security of the network or system by fixing the vulnerabilities found during testing. So basically, there are 5 phases of ethical hacking. So first one is reconnaissance, second one is scanning, third one is gaining access, fourth one is maintaining access, fifth one is covering tracks. So we'll learn about reconnaissance. What is reconnaissance? Reconnaissance is a phase which is the first phase of hacking. Any attackers or a penetration tester who will follow all the 5 steps, that is the 5 phases. Being a penetration tester or an ethical hacker, when you are offered with the black box testing, so that in case we need to start with reconnaissance phase. Okay, in reconnaissance or footprinting, when you will collect basic information of the target, in this phase we collect as much as information, or might be a technical information or non-technical information. So the information we can gather: IP address, Whois records, information, and ports, which operating system using, and employee details, email IDs, phone numbers we can collect using this reconnaissance methods. In reconnaissance, there are two types, that is passive reconnaissance and active reconnaissance. Passive reconnaissance is when you don't interact with the target. For example, we can take as Whois, census, SHODAN. These are the examples. Active reconnaissance is when there is some direct interaction, the identification of host or routers network mapping or port scanning, etc. We can take an example as Nmap or Red Hawk. So now we'll learn about active reconnaissance tool. That is, tool name is Red Hawk. Okay, so Red Hawk is a active reconnaissance tool which PHP based application scanner used for gathering information. In this tool, we get information about the target like IP address, web server detection, Whois Lookup. This tool covers most of the information. So let's see how this tool works. So now we'll see how to install Red Hawk tool, okay, from GitHub. So I'll just go to my browser. Okay, when you type in as Red Hawk, you will see this one from the GitHub link. Okay, so here this is the Red Hawk. Okay, you can see here Red Hawk. Okay, and if you come down, you can see here the installation steps. You can see here you have to git clone to your Kali machine, okay, through here, and you have to go to this directory and you have to run this tool. So I have already installed in my Kali Linux. You can see here the Red Hawk is already installed. Okay, so what I will go is I will run this tool. Okay, for running the tool we have to use a command php rhawk PHP and click on enter. You can see here now this tool has opened. Okay, and you can see here it is written all in one tool for information gathering and vulnerability scanning. Now here you can see you have to enter the website you want to scan. Suppose I give a company a website, that is cybersapiens.in, and we have to click enter. Okay, so you have to mention here if it is a HTTP website, you have to mention it as 1. If it is HTTPS, you have to mention it as 2. So now cybersapien is a HTTPS website, so I'll press 2. Okay, then click enter. So here it is asking, so what do you want to gain the information? If you want a basic recon, Whois Lookup, geo IP lookup, or grab banners, anything, whatever you want to take, you can type it here. So basically I want to do just a basic recon, so I will go and type it as 0. Okay, I'll just click enter. Okay, so you can see here it is showing as scanning begins. Okay, scanning done, and you can see here all the information like site title as Cybersapien United LLP. Okay, and you get the IP address. Okay, and the web server is Cloudflare, and which CMS it is. It is a WordPress and Cloudflare. Here a WAF is there, that is detected, and you can see the robot text file. So this is how the Red Hawk active reconnaissance tool works. So next we'll learn passive reconnaissance tool, that is called Whois Lookup. Okay, a Whois Lookup search will provide information regarding a domain such as anything, like it might be example.com, or we can say it as google.com, or any website domain. Okay, Whois search includes information such as domain ownership, where and when registered, expiration date, and the named servers assigned to that domain. Okay, so you can see here, see registrant and organization, registrant country. These are the Whois Lookup. So we'll check this in our website practically. Go to the browser and type it as who is and enter. Okay, and you can see here there are many Whois. You can check in any of the domain. So what I will do is I will click here. Okay, and it is redirecting to whois.domain.tools. This is the passive reconnaissance tool. So basically passive, what it does, you don't interact with the target directly. So what I will do here is I will give the target name as cybersapiens.in and click on enter. So what I will get here, all the information regarding the target I will be getting here. That is the domain ownership, where, registration, expiration date, everything I will be getting here. So here you can see it is checking for Whois record for cybersapiens.in. So registration is redacted for privacy. So this is not publicly available information. Registered is GoDaddy. Okay, and you can see here the dates. Okay, that is 1306 days old, and when it is created, when it is when it will get expire, when it was updated. And you can see here the name servers also you can see here, and rest of the tech contact has been redacted for privacy. And here you can see the IP address also, and IP location also you can see. You can see here ASN also. Okay, and IP history, all these records you can see. Yes, if you come down also the same thing is available here. You can see everything here. All these are information, and some of the information are private, so it is not disclosed on the Whois record. So next passive reconnaissance tool is called as SHODAN. So we'll learn regarding this SHODAN. So SHODAN is the world's first search engine for internet connected devices. Okay, Google's let you search for websites, right? So SHODAN lets you search for devices. Security researchers use SHODAN to quickly identify services running on hundreds of millions of connected devices. SHODAN is an important cybersecurity research tool designed to gather public information on devices throughout the internet. Some of these devices include webcams, security cameras, boards, refrigerators, basically any smart device that is connected to the internet. Think of Shodan as a different type of search engine. Rather than searching for cute cat videos or your next recipe, it's scanning for all open common ports on all IP addresses worldwide. It's a search engine creating an index of all open and vulnerable networks and devices. So now let's check how we can make use of Shodan. So we'll move on to the browser and type it as SHODAN and click on enter. So here you can see the first engine, that is Shodan search engine. Click on Shodan search engine. Okay. So once it is redirected, see here you can see here a search option. Okay. You can search any website or a IP address. Simply enter the target name and you can see the search results. Okay. In the search result, we can find open ports and IP addresses which can be used in reconnaissance and footprinting. So I will take example as Cyber Sapiens only. In. So I'll enter Cyber Sapiens. So here you can see the results are not found. So if I give google.com, if I enter google.com, here you can see, okay, there are many IP addresses or any open ports. All the information are here. Okay, open ports and IP addresses. These are useful for reconnaissance. Most of the pen testers use Shodan for finding vulnerabilities. These vulnerabilities you can learn once you join our program. There are many keywords to search in Shodan. They are like VSAT, that is nothing but a very small aperture terminal. Mainly works in boats, ship, trackers to detect boats, ship location. And we can use a keyword as cameras also here. Shows the open IPs of the webcams which are used in surveillances. So example, if you give here, I'll just click on write as cameras. Okay, here you get many of the IP address. So this way you can search for any IP cameras or IP live webcam also in Shodan. So next passive tool we are learning is Census. Census is nothing but a platform that helps information security researchers, practitioners discover, monitor and analyze devices that are accessible to the internet. This is same as Shodan. Here also you gather most of the information like IP addresses and domains, how many domains there are. So we'll check in a practical way how we can search for the basic information for reconnaissance. So you have to move to the browser and here you have to type in as search.census.io and enter. Here you get the host. If it is a host, you have to click here and here you can put any of the details like IP address or a website name. So I'll giving cybersapiens.in and I will click on enter. Okay, so there is nothing much information available or it is okay, so there is nothing. Results are 0. So I'll give any other domain name. So I'll give it as microsoft.com just as an example. What are the results we'll get from this census.io? Just wait, see here, you can see here the host we got it. There are many hosts, there are many IP addresses. Okay, so this is how we gather the information through passive reconnaissance, that we are not directly interact with the target. So this is passive reconnaissance. There are many more active and passive tools like ImmuniWeb, that is Derbuster, okay, the Harvester, and Netcraft, Vapalizer, Wayback Machine, Nmap. Nmap will be covered in port scanning section, which will be the next demo session. And there is other techniques like subdomain enumeration, that is DIR search, which is very useful for bug bounty. Okay, we will cover this once you join our program. There are a lot more many techniques to gather information of the target. On such technique is called Google docking method, which is been followed while doing reconnaissance. These will be covered in actual training sessions. So the next phase of ethical hacking is scanning. Scanning is another essential step which is necessary, and it refers to the package of techniques and procedures used to identify hosts, ports, and various services within a network. There are three types of scanning, that is, network scanning. It is nothing but a procedure of identifying active devices on a network. And the objectives of network scanning are to discover live hosts or computers or IP addresses and open ports of the victim. It is also discovers various services running on host computer and also find vulnerabilities in live host. The second one is port scanning. This is a technique used by the penetration testers and hackers to search for open doors from which hackers can access any organization system. During this scan, ethical hackers need to find out those live host, firewalls installed, operating system used, different devices attached to the system, and the targeted organization's topology. So next one is vulnerability scanning. This is an automated process that identifies weakness in the network. This type of scanning identifies vulnerabilities that occur due to poor programming or misconfiguration of the network. So we learn a scanning tool named Whois Zap. Okay, that Zap is called as Z Attack Proxy, is a free and open source web application security scanning tool developed by OZap. For download and installation, you can check this link, that is https www.zapproxy.org.download, or you can open your Kali, and already it is inbuilt in Kali. This tool is ideal for beginners to start security testing of web application, as it is easy to use and installation is also quite easy. These tools are also used by penetration testing professional also. Now we will see the practical of Zap tool. So we'll go to the Kali machine. Here you can see the pop-up this thing window of Kali machine. Okay, and here you need to click on this icon, okay, Kali icon, and here when you click, you get a search option. There you need to type in as Zap. Okay, and click here. Okay, to the Zap tool, and we need to wait for a while till it's open. Now the Zap tool is opening. Okay. So it is loading. Okay. Now we can see here the Zap tool has loaded and opened up. Okay. And here this pop-up window shows, do you want to persist the Zap session? If you have earlier used, if you want to use that same session, you can click on yes. Otherwise, you can click on no, I don't want to persist the session. And you need to click on start. Okay. When you do a start, you can see this sides came up. Okay, now here you can see the window here. This is the toolbar. Okay, this is workspace window. Here you can see a informational window, that is history, search, alerts, output. So you want to start the scan, so we need to click on automated scan. Okay, and here you need to type in our target. Okay, let's suppose our target is https colon demo. I'll check whether the, okay, here you can see this demo test fire. Okay, once you enter your URL to attack, you need to click on attack. Here you can see the progress not started. When you type, after typing your URL attack, you need to click on attack. So once we click, it is showing us accessing URL, and you can see here using traditional spider to discover the content. Okay. Now once the attack has started, you can see here the process. So it has completed 62, 65. Okay, it is changing. Okay, we can see it is doing a spidering. Okay, spidering of the website. So there are many kinds of URL here, you can check here. Okay, so this is beneficial to find the vulnerabilities. Okay, so regarding the URL, how to do, how to check, will be showing in the upcoming classes. Okay, so you can see here, if you go here, you can see the history. Okay, here you can see the search and alerts. So whatever the vulnerabilities are there in the particular website, you can see here it is a medium bug. Okay, medium level. And here frame option header not set. Here there are many other headers. Okay, it shows which and all vulnerability is present or not. So this is the information you can see. This is the spidering of the website. Okay, and it is doing a active scan also. Okay, here you can see the date, timestamp, and the URL, header, everything you can see. So it has not yet started. You can see here it is only 0%. And here you can see here, if you click on anything, you can see the here the request. Okay, request of the this thing, and here you can see the response. Okay, and here this is the request. Okay, if I click it and move it down, okay, you can see the request. Okay, and here you can see the response. Okay, so this is how the ZAP tool works. Thank you. So there are other tools for scanning, that is Burpsuit, SQL Map, Metasploit, Econetics, Nessus, Wireshark. So these tools will be taught you once you join. So next phase of ethical hacking is gaining access. This is where the ethical hacker does the actual hacking. The ethical hacker uses all the information obtained and analyzed from the reconnaissance and scanning phases to launch a full-fledged attack on the system or network. Ethical hacker exploit all the exposed vulnerabilities and gains control of the system. So this phase is the explained in next session, which is OTP bypass. Once the ethical hacker has gained the access, he can steal data he has available on hand, corrupt the systems, add virus or other malicious entities, or manipulate it to his or her benefit. There are few techniques There are many techniques which will be covered in actual training program. So the techniques are password cracking, denial of services, session hijacking or buffer overflow, XSS, SQLi injection, OTP bypass, that will be covered in the next demo session, where you will learn actual gaining access method there. And you will be learning in our program account takeover, and there are many other techniques so that you will learn in our program. So the next phase is maintaining access. The ethical hacker has to maintain his access to the server until he fulfills his goal. Once the ethical hacker is able to bypass OTP of the web application, this method will be taught in the upcoming demo sessions. Here, when he has bypassed the OTP, he can have full access over the account of the victim, where he can modify the account details, add malicious files, steal the cookies. Okay, so this is the phase he can launch several other attacks to inflict more damage to the organization. The aim to maintain the access to the target until he finishes the task planned to accomplish in that target. So to compromise with other system, the attacker uses this compromised system to launch attacks. So next phase, that is the final phase, is covering tracks. So this is the final step to complete the entire ethical hacking process. In this phase, is completed successfully, the ethical hacker has managed to hack into a system or network. Ethical hacker need to cover their tracks throughout to avoid detection while entering the network or the server. So here he has to hide his identity by covering the tracks. So there are many methods. So one is disable auditing, clearing the logs, modifying logs or registry files, removing all files folders created, or uninstalling all the applications. So now we'll see how we can delete event logs. So when you press Windows and X key on your keyboard, this pop-up appears. Okay, you can see here pop-up. Okay, and from here select the event viewer. You can see here event viewer options to open the window. This will launch event viewer interface. From here you can access all the event logs and edit them as per your needs. So here you can see a pop-up here. Here you have to go in the application, you go here and you can clear the logs. So this is the way how you can delete all the event logs. So this is the purpose of covering tracks. So I will show you practically how you can clear the tracks. So we have to press Windows and X together. So the pop-up appears here and you have to click on event viewer. So once I open, you can see here the pop-up has opened, that is event viewer, and here you can see applications and service logs. Okay, so here you can go here and right click, you can clear the logs here. So this is the way how to clear the logs. Okay, see here, if you right click, clear the logs. So this way you can clear the tracks. So ethical hacker, basically what he will do, he will clear his logs. Okay, so in this video we have learned the 5 phases of ethical hacking. We have covered some of the beginner level concept. The actual and brief concept will be learned once you join the actual training sessions. Thank you.